Welcome, Libra, to your December 2022 reading. Thanks for tuning into my channel. Merry Christmas to all you Libras out there. Can you believe we have reached the end of another year? It just seems to fly, doesn't it? Let's hope next year brings us everything that we have been wanting. Some of us might be happy that this year is over. Now, Libra, before I get into your reading, I just want to remind everyone that I offer free mini readings to all new subscribers. So if you've got a question about this particular reading or something that this reading doesn't cover for you, just click the subscribe button and in the comments section below put new subscriber, then ask your question. Or if you don't have a question, just put new subscriber, free mini reading please, or something to that effect, and I will shuffle my cards for you and get back to you as soon as I can. Now, I'm also opening it up for everyone else to ask a question as well. Now, I will just give you a yes or a no answer to everyone else who is, whether you're already subscribed, you don't want to subscribe, you're just coming across my channel for the first time. You can just ask your question in the comment section below. As I said, I'll give you a yes or no, or I'll shuffle my cards and give you that whatever message comes out for you. But for the new subscribers, make sure you put that comment new subscriber and you will get that more in-depth reading. Now, let's get into your reading. Now, Libra, wow. You've got three fives here. Now, fives are one of the numbers. I'm not a numerologist, but numbers and synchronicities like that do stand out to me. And fives are often challenges that come up in our life, but they do bring about opportunities. Even though they are challenging while we're going through them, they bring about a number of great changes. And when they show up, we learn to adapt and we're able to spread our wings and break free of circumstances that just don't feel right to you. Now, sometimes they can show up when there is resistance to change as well. Now, you know, being human, we don't often enjoy the uncertainty that change brings. I must admit, Libra, you can probably tolerate this better than some other signs just because you are an air sign, and air signs are fluid. They tend to go with the flow. So you can adapt quite easily here. You're very good at that. But some of you may be actually openly rebelling against the forward momentum that heaven has in mind for you. However, when we get multiple fives and you have 3 out of the 4, it can lead to a sense of freedom here. And I just keep looking back at your Gateway Oracle card, Soaring into Joy. So I'm not feeling like there is, it's going to be too detrimental to you here. But I feel like you're going to be glad to be going through a lot of these changes. And for a lot of you, I feel like you're going to be seeing changes in the way your thoughts, your plans, your ideas. Emotionally, there's going to be some changes here as well that might be a little bit bittersweet here for some of you. And even some of you, there might be some changes in your work, in your passions, in your career, in things that really inspire you. There might be some changes going on here. So it's pretty much all over the board. The only 5 that you don't have is the 5 of Pentacles. So I think money is going to be okay for you. in saying that, you don't have any money cards here, but in a way it's good, because when you have challenging cards, I don't feel money is going to be an issue for you to be worrying about. But I feel like everything is going to be okay here, and any fears that you may have, really, you'll be able to handle those quite easily. But the Five of Wands, in a way, this does talk about that card of almost being in training. It can often talk about a battle or a conflict going on here, but I feel like you are learning some new skills. You're in this place where it might not be a battle with other people. I mean, the only people I see here is a Capricorn and a Leo for some of you. So I'm not feeling like this is too much of a battle with anyone. It's more of a battle for you in terms of your choices as well. There might be a bit of a struggle here when it comes to making a decision or making a choice. Or you're certainly learning to make choices a lot easier. Sometimes Libras, and it's interesting, you've got the Seven of Cups here, which I will go into, but sometimes Libras, you are so good at being able to look at all sides, look at both sides, and you are the scales. And so this can make it difficult for you to make a decision, because often you are in this place where you can see all sides of an argument, you could see all sides of a decision and which direction to go in. So there could be a bit of a battle in terms of a decision that you may need to make. But I feel like this is kind of healthy competition here, healthy learning. You're getting some new skills here, and this could be to do with your work. Just because wands are about inspiration, about passion, about artistic projects, about your work. Now, also, right beside the Five of Wands, you've got the Five of Cups. And this can be a little bit of sadness from the past here. And there could also be a bit of a message here that you need to understand the consequences of your emotional choices. So, and there is a choice here for you, Libra. I am seeing that Seven of Cups. This does talk about being in a place where you've actually you're spoiled for choice here. You've got a lot of choices to make, but you can only choose one. And I feel like, there might be some consequences here for some choices that you have made. And as I said, this can be a bit of a bittersweet kind of place that you're in. The Five of Cups is right above, the Three of Cups, which talks about a wonderful emotional celebration. And this again can be a little bit bittersweet. There could be a goodbye going on here for some of you in December. You've got that Ten of Swords, which does talk about something being dead, done, and over with. Excuse me. So, but for some of you as well, if there is an ending that you are still being a little bit sad about, just remember to focus on the two cups that are there still standing and full to the brim. Often in a traditional deck, you will see the Five of Cups, the figure standing there with three cups spilled in front of them and all of the contents lying on the ground. But the figure is focused on what's spilt, and they're not looking at those cups that are full to the brim behind them. So I do apologize there, Libra. For that, I've got a tickle in my throat. I should have had some water on hand. But there is this, there is a celebration here. So look at the positives as best you can. Now, for some of you in October, I feel like there is an ending to a situation that has actually been quite oppressive, quite difficult to deal with, and this is actually a really good thing, because you've got the Devil card here, and the Devil card, as I said, it can represent a Capricorn in your life. So for some of you, there might be an ending in relation to a Capricorn. But the Devil is that card that can talk about addictions. It can talk about things that worries, concerns, things that trap you. And for a lot of you, this is release. This is ending, and it's absolutely wonderful. Now, for some of you, this could be arguments, disagreements. There's some endings here to that as well. But yeah, the Devil is really, it's a tricky card. Often we feel very, very trapped, but it's often a place that we have put ourselves in. You might have been feeling a lot of despair, a lot of sadness, a lot of negativity, a lot of pressure. This is all coming to an end in December. And, you know, that Five of Swords, your final five here, thank goodness for that. The Five of Swords, it is a card that some people talk about as some conflict going on here. It can be talking about just troubling times. It can talk about, you know, making problems where, making trouble, making problems, bringing, you know, having conflict where really none exists. So be careful that we don't get too wrapped up in that energy of the Devil. Or if you have been in a position where there has been some conflict, as I said, I feel like this is coming to an end here. You know, and the choices that you make as well. This is, the Five of Swords can also talk about a situation where we're going into battle, and often in a traditional deck you will see that figure that is just absolutely wrecked. He's got all the swords, he's won the battle, but he or she, non-gender specific here, the figure has won the battle, but when you look into the distance, there's just carnage, you know, and you often have to ask, is the battle worth, is the result that you're getting here worth the battle and worth what's happened here? So I feel like for a lot of you, as I said, you will be releasing any of this kind of negativity. And this can also talk about a battle internally with our own thoughts, our own mind, just because swords are all about our minds, our intellect, our ideas. But it's also about communication as well. So if we can try not to start any kind of fights that really don't need to occur, it will be best for everyone here. Now, back to that Seven of Cups. I feel like this is a place where you will be making some choices, but it's diagonally opposite to that Five of Cups. So, you know, you need to take responsibility for the emotional choices that you will be making in December. But for some of you, I think you're going to be making the right choices. You have that Three of Cups, as I did touch on earlier, that celebration. And it could be a celebration to say goodbye as well, a farewell celebration, just because it's next to the Ten of Swords. Now, your final tarot card is the Strength card, and what a beautiful card this is. So this is the card of Leo, so there could be a significant Leo for some of you that you could potentially be saying goodbye to. Now, this Leo could also potentially be someone that you were having some conflict with, and if you were, this will be dead, done, and over with as well. It's going to be over. But the Strength card talks about exactly what it's called, strength, and this is that inner strength that you have in bucket loads, Libra. You are going to be able to come out of all of this stressful times, these difficult decisions that are needing to be made, and a situation where you've really been feeling overburdened and almost a little bit trapped as well. This is just you reaching into that inner strength that you have and being able to overcome all of this. And the fact that it's your last tarot card, it is telling me you are going to get through December on top. The strength is a very positive, very winning kind of energy here, a card of success. And I really see you being able to, as I said, overcome any of this kind of negativity, and your instincts are going to protect you. And I feel like this isn't, they're not going to rule you. Your instincts will protect you, and you'll be able, and they'll guide you to making the right decisions here for yourself in December. And yeah, it's almost like this strength is your higher self as well. It's taking control of the situation and making things work out wonderfully for you in December. And the reason I know as well that things are going to be great after all of this tumultuous kind of energy is your final card from the Gateway Oracle deck, Soaring into Joy. And what a beauty. I love this card. I just love the little balloons that the figure is hanging on to and blowing her in an amazing direction here. Now, the affirmation on this particular card is childlike wonder fills my life. So make sure you repeat that over and over to yourself in December. And the meaning of this card is celebrate and live life with glee. Clap your hands in delight. Be madcap and spontaneous. All is truly well. The universe wants you to know, allow a childlike wonder and joy to fill your entire being. Your happiness makes a difference to others, for as you experience true delight, this radiates out from you like ripples in a still pool and touches the souls of many. Take time for yourself. Find ways to experience joy in every moment, even when doing the most mundane, boring, or gritty tasks. Look for ways to feel genuine happiness. If you have trouble finding pleasure in certain situations, start small and eventually you will soar. To feel joyful is a gift. It rejuvenates you and heals the world. And Libra, as I was reading that, the devil kept coming up in my mind. And so for some of you, I'm feeling you might be struggling with a little bit of depression here. But I see this as being over with as well, dead, done, and over with. And if you can just allow that energy of soaring into joy, just go with that flow. Let the wind take you in a direction of happiness. Choose happiness here and really ask yourself, what gives me the greatest pleasure? What might be blocking my joy? Really ask yourself those deep questions. And I feel like this is going to be able to allow you to release a lot of that negative, sad energy that perhaps is showing up for you here in that Devil card. Well, we'll leave it at that, Libra. I hope that resonated with you. Please take me up on my offer of that free mini reading, or just asking me a question if you are needing a yes or no answer. Please do that as well. Just remember, if you are a new subscriber, put new subscriber before your question. So have a wonderful Christmas, and I hope to see you in the new year. Bye.